Oh, there we go. What is happening? What in hellfire?
Was that a sheer delusion?
What the hell? Having heightened my knowledge of the arcane arts, I found myself contemplating the subject of universals. Whether definitions exist in the nature of things or in mere conceptions, illusory and perhaps a sheer product of human language. Our means of receiving impressions are absurdly few, and our notions of surrounding objects infinitely narrow. We see things only as we are constructed to see them, and can gain no idea of their absolute nature. So what lies beyond the woven limits of the flesh we've been trapped in? And is it really possible to pass beyond it, at least once? What do we know of the world and the universe around us? For the last 10 years of my rough life, I've lived in the undulating echoes of those scorching questions that have rendered me a ghost amongst the flocks. But yesterday, I finally found some answers. During the last session, Frank and I managed to get the printer to work, and even though the results are blurry, we have the first empirical proof of what we saw out there. So that was all just a dream of the past. For real?
We need to be cautious, not to let anyone else see this grand collection. It could be extremely dangerous for both of us. A medicine man mask from Northwest Africa. A sacrifice ritual mask from Middle Africa. A stuffed subadult Nile crocodile, one of the oldest creatures still living on the face of the earth. Deliberately preserved heads from Mesopotamian marshlands. Such cultivated minds kept in permanence by getting dried under the scorching sun with methods now lost to us. As well as...
Oops. I missed that part. Yeah, I'll look it up in the journal. As much as I can understand, that one depicts a seemingly dead city as an ever-living organism with lots of mummified bodies connected to the device. Incredible. And the other one depicts an ancient Conarium which is connected to another one, most probably outside of this planet or maybe out of this dimension. Oh my, this is just marvelous. Okay. Those things look pretty creepy. And there's nothing in there. Okay. Anything else for me to look at?
Looks like a preparation for a long trip.
Yeah. Indeed.
This relic is from Madagascar. I have two versions, but this one is extremely rare. It is called Hanaldi. Nobody knows exactly what it means, but from its symbolic depiction of a dark sphere inside a light one, It is thought that it could mean the underworld. I had it brought by an old captain friend who often visits that island for trading purposes.
Interesting. More stuff.
Mask of an all-powerful moon goddess esteemed by an eastern island tribe, now lost in time. It is from the private collection of the late famous hermit Klaus von Herdeth. Don't ask me how I get it. I have my ways.
I wonder if this is like real stuff.
A cryptic mask with an untraced origin.
Or some of it's real. I don't know. Could be. Maybe.
Elusive mask from the submerged parts of Kerguelen Islands.
Kerguelen. Cool.
What?
Oh.
This is called the Mask of the Beholder. Skulls from New Guinea that are believed to be housing protective spirits.
Interesting. You?
I need a phonograph cylinder.
So I guess I'm just exploring now. I don't know. Dear E.W. Ross, how can we comprehend exactly how much time has passed since the erection of the earliest ziggurats of Sumeria? What can we know about the time-worn Sphinx still standing on the Giza Plateau? They only justify the sheer ignorance of mankind by forcefully making us admit our instantaneous vibrations in the vast cosmos are but an illusion. Today I want to inform you about something that is equally as interesting as such edifices. That's something, I presume, you will have a hard time believing. I have finally acquired some information regarding the fabled cities of Rubal and Kali, which are said to have been built in an undreamt age of certain wonders and rumored to have been intentionally submerged beneath the eternally shifting sands thousands of years ago. There is even more to the story. According to a reliable source, there should be depictions or information about the locations of ancient Conariums buried within those halls. Within a few weeks, you will receive a book containing the locations of those cities and a map predating all maps known today, directly copied from antediluvian originals. I'm sure you're excited beyond imaginations and eager to discuss these findings in detail, but that will have to wait a while since I'll be away for some time visiting the oriental wonders of the old world. I am sure you know what I mean. Hope to see you soon. Heartily warned. So we need to find one of those phonographs. Oh, more stuff.
Woodland Lizard Spirit Mask.
Yeah.
A serpentine ritual mask from India, which is said to have hypnotic effects on the one who deeply gazes into its eyes.
I'm gazing. Is anything gonna happen? Anything? No? Okay. Well, I think he lied.
It's stuck.
Oh. Do I have anything in my inventory? Nope. I need to find something to break that sucker open. As told in some banned ancient volumes I was able to acquire, it is evident that Conarium, when properly adapted to work with the human psyche and physiology, can transcend the mind beyond the limits of time and space into a peculiar place we are yet to explore. If not for our own experiences corresponding exactly with the depictions provided in Necronomicon and some other books of forgotten lore, I would easily declare myself a madman. Conclusively, I have solid evidence printed out for me to justify the objectivity of my position. That dimension is completely devoid of light other than some small glowing and morphing geometrical shapes appearing and disappearing momentarily around us. It also feels extremely cold, but I do believe these are just null sensations that our physical bodies attain from what is otherwise impossible to acquire without the Conarium. It is enough for us to see this fantastic void with a pair of corporeal eyes, and possibly we are the first explorers ever to reach this ancient forbidden place. But the question now weighing heavy on my mind is whether we could ever fully understand this experience with the hindrance of our own limited sensations. Well, yeah, I need to find something to open that floorboard. There were axes laying around everywhere before.
This is exactly the same room I've been in one of my visions.
Huh. It sure is, partner. It sure is.
A native drum from the Asmat people of New Guinea. Their creation myth says Fumerapits made the first carvings of men and women. By beating on this drum, Fumerapits caused the figures to dance, bringing them to life.
Oh.
According to legend, this very djembe belonged to a learned drummer from Senegal who can speak with the dead by rhythmically beating it.
Wasn't that neat? Yeah, okay. Oh, there's a trophy item. Cool. Always like getting them trophies. Can't open up any of that stuff. Aha, more notes. Old friend, what you've told me about the shared nature of the experience the Conarium provides made me think about necromantic means of data and inquiry. I am sure you'll remember what I told you about why certain corpses never decay, but rest firm and fat in their tombs for 1,000 years. I believe with some help from a certain acquaintance I can provide you with such specimens. This could be beneficial for both of us, I believe. Eagerly awaiting your answer, H. Warren. Oh, that's a pleasant picture. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. I don't think there's anything else for me to look at here. Man, I need to find an axe or something. For real though. We can go down the basement. See what's down there. It's gotta be something crazy. Lying outside the known space-time continuum, this is a dimension to which the gate is knowledge and the key is the Conarium. As we start to shed our fleshy bindings, we start to perceive more and more. If we inquire by merely knowing and thinking on any subject matter, windows to related time and space open up before our non-material selves, our minds. And what's better, we've grasped that the experiences in the sessions are shared and even improved by all the attendees' personal knowledge. Even thinking about the possibilities that may bestow upon us our quest for transcending the limits of our mortal bodies is about to make me crazy. but sometimes I wonder what has been keeping our sanity intact inside this forbidden place, behind the thick walls of pitch darkness surrounding us. There is something looming, whispering in my ears in a language familiar, yet I cannot discern its content. Ooh, creepy.
What? Looks like something's missing here.
Ah, jeez. Need keys for everything. I don't know. Guess I can go back up. Ah, sweet. Got a crowbar. Nice. There we go. Now I can open this floorboard thing over here. There you go. Got it. Alright, so here's the key for downstairs. And then we can listen to that phonograph. Ah, sweet.
When using Conarium, we are able to be seen as well as to see. For some time, I was detecting a conscious something, previously unseen by my rudimentary vestiges. Only lately, it becomes clear to me. Now it comes into every session. It seems to materialize more and more each time. I won't attempt describing it, but only would say that it's not benevolent. From what I can get from its glowing semblance, which I believe is used as a way of communication, it can sense you, only if you spend a considerable time within the sessions. I've read about it in the cursed Necronomicon and some elusive records compiled from deep-rooted Bedouin oral literature. Thus learned that it tries reaching the corporeal vessel to dominate and execute the wanderers of the beyond, such as ourselves. But again, against all warnings, I was a fool to believe that I can stop it with just simple signs and incantations. As a resort, we ended up lighting up the place with myriads of candles as well as electrical lamps, but still shiver with fear with every noise our rundown enclave is causing, isolated from ancient darkness of the night.
Huh. Okay, let's go downstairs to the basement and... What the fuck? That scared the poop out of me. What was that? Dear friend, judging from the tone of your last correspondence, I see that you were shocked to hear how far I've been able to progress. You asked me how I did it, and here, I tell you every detail. I believe you will remember my mentioning to you a young gentleman named Frank Gilman from Miskatonic University. When I saw his thesis on the pineal gland, its developmental and structural evolution and decadence over the course of thousands of years, I knew I was one step closer to freeing myself from the chains of our corporeal limits. Hardly that boy was able to understand the underlying notions and spot the details I was unsure of. I contacted and only partly told him about my research so that he may not treat me as others did. As a man of science, I was sure that he would get anxious, and so he did. After days and nights of meticulous work, changing the design of the machine I originally built and fine-tuned it to adapt to our physiology. Gosh. We managed to make the device work without rejection by the brain. It was not a design for humans, yet we managed to prepare it for us. You remember how those so-called scientific communities mocked me when I first told them about my theory of transcending the human senses using a mechanical device? To hell with them. They mocked me with the assertion that it cannot be tested by current methods of scientific inquiry. And here it is, giving enough empirical data related to the sessions. It is an alien sensation using it, seeing and feeling without the help of one's corporeal body while floating easily in the ocean of darkness. I will write to you again in the coming weeks and invite you to personally see the results. Kind regards, E.W. Ross. Huh. We were used. Those bastards used us. Alright, to the basement. Use this fancy key we found. Don't know why that closed. What? What? 3. I need to find out which 3. Let's try Lizard Man, the Bird People, and the Sun. Yeah. Well. Okay. So, we need a 3... This looks like a 3-button code for the door. And this calendar has 3 dates circled. So the only thing that can correlate with this is those displays. So we got 1, 6, and 13. So we have to find those. Let's find those displays and see if. What was it? Was it 1, 3, and 14? 3. So we got skulls. Which has a sun on it. So that might be 1. I guess that the sun is one of them. I need 1 and 13. Where's 1 and 13? Oh, 1. Okay. So 1 is this skeleton thing. Don't remember what he said about that skeleton. Alright, 1. Where's 1? Item 1. This relic is from Madagascar. I have 2 versions, but the one is extremely rare. It's called Hanaldi Dark Sphere. Could mean the underworld. Dark Sphere. Okay. So I still need to find 13. Okay. So it's a head. It says, as well as the sun, they are believed to be symbols of knowledge. So maybe that was the sun? Oh gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna go start playing with this thing, because this is taking way too long to figure out. Ah, good lord. Alright. So, pretty sure the sun is one. The dark sphere could be either one of these two, but I'm gonna guess this one. And then the other one is something about a protective spirit. Nope. Oh, jeez. Oh, shit. Okay, that worked. Nothing like just bumbling through a puzzle. God. Sorry, I just didn't have the patience for that one. Alright, we got another phonograph, so we can go listen to that then. Oh, we can listen to it right here.
In archaic myths, lurking in shunned and forbidden volumes, I've been able to trace some parts, speaking about a device of non-terrestrial origin that is capable of much more than I could ever imagine. Ancient Conariums, I will call them. Machines which are said to have been built long before mankind ever tread on this planet. The very source of the design I've used to make my own version of the machine.
I hope the ladder doesn't give out under my weight.
Oh, jeez, I hope not. Lord. Oh man, it's gonna break, isn't it? No, maybe we'll be okay. Dang, this is a long way down. Longest ladder ever. Jeez. Hope I don't have to go back up. 'Cause damn. Good Lord. I am gonna have to go back up, aren't I? Oh, it's the Womp Womp thing. Then, what tarnation? Huh. Ooh, a key. Nice. What is this? A phonograph? A thingamajig?
It is said that ancient Conariums have the ability to transfer one's mind outside, through the endless vacuum, into other receiving Conariums. Just think about the possibility of shedding off the earthbound mortal coil to reach to the stars and yonder, as a free agent to see the grand scheme above and beyond the third dimension. Being able to contemplate vistas and sense things you could never ever dream of with the help of the bodily sensations. Finally, we shall overleap time, space, and dimensions, and without bodily motion peer to the bottom of creation. Yes, I know how this sounds to you. This is incomprehensible even for someone like me who spent almost a lifetime on such arcane topics. It is just sad to see. The knowledge has been out there all the time, forevermore, and we failed to read between the lines.
Shit. It's deep. Elder sign? A star? I don't know. Sure.
I remember this place, and what we achieved here. Violating the laws of nature with the help of those dead bodies brought here secretly from only God knows where. Forcing them to cooperate by the means of the cursed necromancy, and dreaming their dreams in those profane sessions to learn forbidden knowledge. Now I can distinctly see how pure madness once roamed here, within our own shoes.
Man. Oh, jeez. It was crazy. Where was Madman? Oh, lordy. What is this all about? Oh, shit. What the fuck? What?
I knew it.
Fuck?
All those years of extensive research have not been in vain. Here it is, lying dormant and standing still beneath the eternally shifting sands of Rubal Khali for who knows how many millennia.
What?